Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a story time. Could be a story time. It's about I have a sleep condition called sleep paralysis. And I think I've mentioned it maybe one or two times, just I didn't go into detail over it, but I think in one video, I can't remember really, but it's a condition where you can be sound asleep and your brain, I really don't know if it's neurological. I don't really know. I haven't been, I have never gotten treatment or anything like that. I've told a doctor about it before, and they considered that it probably was sleep paralysis, but he said it was pretty rare. But everything that I described to this doctor said he had never treated anybody with it, but he said that sounded like the condition. And I don't even know if there is a treatment. I don't know. But I really didn't want to take any drugs, and it happens to me very rarely. It mostly happens, I think, when I get really stressed out and I don't get enough sleep and I feel really tired, or I can feel it kind of coming on. I don't think it's like a seizure or anything like with epilepsy. I was going to say leprosy. Not leprosy at all. Epilepsy. I don't think it really has anything to do with it. I don't know. I really haven't even researched it that much. I guess because it doesn't affect me that much, but I should probably look it up. This happened to me when I was a teenager. I think maybe it might have happened when I was a preteen. I really can't remember. I would get these moments when I was so exhausted. Sometimes I just couldn't hardly get out of bed, even if I had gone to bed early. And I kind of remember that a few times when I was like a preteen or very young. And it didn't seem like it was that, the symptoms weren't that drastic, so I didn't realize that there was really something wrong. But I do remember a few times when I was trying to wake up and I just almost could not get out of bed. My mom would be very mad, yelling at me, and, get your blank out of bed, She wasn't really gentle about, get out of bed, She would tell us one time and that was it. But I remember this one morning, I was laying in bed and she was yelling at me to get out of bed, and I just remember I was looking at her like in a weird way, like my eyes, and she just didn't, she was so stressed out herself, and I mean, I literally was trying to like move the covers. I was trying to get out of bed, and I remember that one day specifically, and it took me about 5 minutes to actually get out of bed. And then later on, as I was a teenager, it happened a few more times. And then, well, let me describe what it actually is. It's where you're literally paralyzed and you're awake or alert, or you become alert. Sometimes it seems like you're in a dream state, like you'll be dreaming of something, and then you're dreaming. This happens to me sometimes when I'm having an episode. I'm dreaming like I'm trying to run, or I'm trying to swim, or I'm trying to use my arms or legs or something like that, and I can't. It's like I'm just totally paralyzed. And in my mind, I'm in a dream, but then all of a sudden I start to become kind of alert and awake, and I realize I'm not dreaming. Or am I dreaming? Am I stuck in one of those dreams where you kind of like a limbo dream where you're in and out of it? And it had to happen to me a few times when I was a teenager to realize, I can't move. I literally cannot move. And that was very scary. And I told my mom one time, and she had severe hypoglycemia. And so she said that I probably had the same thing, because when she had incidents of hypoglycemia, that she would almost just couldn't, she'd have to sit down and just literally couldn't function. Like, she was very lethargic. And I remember the doctor told her that it was the opposite of diabetes. So she went around eating all the sweets that she could, and it nearly killed her until she learned it was not the opposite of diabetes. It was just a different condition than diabetes. But diabetes does run in our family. I have a niece that has it, and I had a cousin that had it. And all of us have hypoglycemic or blood sugar issues. Me and my sisters, everybody on one side of my mom's side of the family have these issues. And we didn't realize that until my mom got really sick. And then, because me and my sisters, we would always kind of have like days where we're like so tired and exhausted. And when she got diagnosed with it, she kind of, I guess, well, she told us that we probably had it too. You know, we never went to a doctor or anything, but this was back in the 70s, 60s and 70s, no, it was in the 70s, I guess, because I was young, but it was in the 70s. And as I got older, in the 20s, in my 20s, I had some severe episodes where I was awake. I was very much alert, and it happened for a long time. It seemed like for about 10 minutes. And I mean, I would be like laying there like stuck, like whatever position I went to sleep in, you know, and I could not move, but I could hear everything outside, you know, or I could, you know, my brain was completely awake, but I just physically could not move, and I would be paralyzed there, and it would be very scary because I thought, you know, what if somebody broke in, or what if my house caught on fire? You know, it was just things like that would scare me, you know, and I was always afraid to sleep on my stomach because I was afraid that I would suffocate, so I always slept either on my side or my back, and I still do that to this day because I still have a fear of, you know, suffocating in my sleep. And I've had some severe incidents as an adult. About 2 years ago, I had an incident where I was laying on my side, and I have a really soft pillow. I have to sleep with 2 pillows because I have issues with my neck and my back. And I was laying, and the pillow was like right close to my nose, and it was like kind of like closing one side of my nose up, and it was kind of scary. And I was trying to breathe through my nose, and I was thinking, you know, what if my nose was... Because at some point, you know, sometimes I can't even open my mouth, you know, when I'm kind of in that dream state, until finally I wake up. I can kind of move sometimes I can move my mouth, my facial features. I can kind of look around sometimes like that. But there's, you know, moments when I am completely paralyzed. I can't even, you know, open my mouth. I can't do nothing. And I have to wait until that moment. Usually my face will like unthaw first, or I don't know how to say it, but it usually comes from, you know, the head down, or either my toes. I will start to be able to wiggle my toes or my fingers, and then I can slowly, you know, I like to have to mentally think so hard. I don't know if it's like a mental block where your body is not getting the signals from your brain. I really don't know what it is, and I think I'm going to start researching it to try to figure out, you know, what it's all about. And I do have a dog, one of my big pit male that I have. He is like a Velcro dog, and he sticks to me all the time. When I'm in the house, it doesn't matter if he's sound asleep. He gets up. If I have to go to the bathroom, he you know, stands right in the doorway. If I'm in the kitchen, he follows me all throughout the house. If I'm at home on my day off and I'm there, it's like nonstop following me around. And I think that he knows that about my blood sugar, because there's moments when I can tell my blood sugar's dropping, and my vision gets blurry, and I get just very lethargic, and I just feel like I need to like lay down. I feel like I have to lean back on the couch and just rest or something, you know. And usually I drink a Coke, or I can eat like a banana or eat something. I don't like to eat a lot of sweets, but I usually, if I eat something, even a protein, like it makes me feel better. Actually, a protein really does make me feel better. But I deal with that, and I think that he is alert to that. And he's not what do you call those dogs that you... Support dog? He's not any kind of support dog or anything like that. He's just so in tune with me that he knows that about me. And he'll stick right next to me, and he'll sit his head in my lap. You know, when I'm really tired, he comes up and he gets right next to me. He puts his head right in my face, and it's a little bit annoying. He's a big dog, and he's got big jowls, and, you know, breathes on me, and I'm like, quit. But I know he's doing it out of love, so he kind of watches over me, you know, I think, in a way. I think he is so stuck to me that they say that dogs can smell diabetes and your blood sugar, so I think he can. I mean, he's never been tested or anything, I don't know, but I think he can. And when I'm having an incident of sleep paralysis, like the incident I had, what, a year and a half, two, I can't remember, it was quite a while ago. I was stuck on my side and I couldn't move, and I was alert for at least a good 10 minutes before I could actually move and get out of bed. But he knows when these incidents happen, and he acts really weird sometimes the night before I go to bed, and he's very big and very strong, and he like kind of walks around on the bed, and he'll like nudge me. And sometimes pit bulls have this trait of headbutting, and he has that trait. He does it a lot. He's almost knocked me unconscious a couple of times, and but not out of meanness. He does it out of, I don't know, it's just the particular way he wants, that he tries to get attention from me, and I've tried to break him from it, but not a good dog trainer. But anyway, he will headbutt me in the back, or like poke at me and try to, he tries to like get me up. He tries to like make me where I will move or something. He knows something's wrong with me, and he leans up against me. He'll get behind me with his whole body stretched out back to back, and he will push against me like he's trying to push me out of bed or something. And so he sleeps with me. He's like my little guardian, you know. And it's happened numerous times, you know, since I've had him, and he's right there. I mean, he instantly will know it. He wakes me up sometimes. Sometimes I'm not alert when it's happening, and he will be pawing at me and waking me up because he knows that something's wrong with me. Some kind of incident's occurring, and he knows it. He's alert to it. And it can be really scary, but I'm glad I have him. I don't know if my other dogs would, I don't think they tend to pay attention. He's the only one that sleeps in the bed with me, though. The two smaller ones, I put them in a smaller crate, or not small crate, but in their crate. I have a little Chiweenie that's about 4 or 5 pounds, and he's okay with her, but I'm afraid he might think that she's like a little mouse or something, because she darts across the floor, and there's sometimes I've nearly stepped on her because of how tiny she is, and I have to be very careful when she's out, when I let her out and run around. And so I put her in her crate at night, and then I have another Chihuahua. He has a big cage. It's like 3 feet by 2 feet. He sleeps in the cage too, and that's for their safety at night. And then Lucky, he will sleep with me, and it's just a very weird condition. You just get paralyzed. You can breathe. I mean, I've never had any trouble breathing, I don't think. I mean, I haven't been aware of it. But I don't think I have sleep apnea, but I think occasionally I've woken myself up snoring, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there might be something to that. I don't know. But it's just a weird condition, and usually, sometimes I can feel like I might, like in a day or two, that I might have an episode happen when I'm really exhausted, really tired, and really run down. And I don't mean just tired. I mean when I'm just physically, I feel like I just can't hardly stand up. I can't, you know, sometimes you run yourself so ragged that you're physically so tired. And a lot of it's from not getting enough sleep. And a lot of times when I was working 2 or 3 jobs, I think that would trigger it. And now I'm only working 1 job. It is long hours, but I love the job. I love it. So I think that takes a lot of stress off me. You know, if I have a lot of stress from something, especially from a job or, you know, financial situations or something like that, I think those are triggers too. And any other personal things that I'm really, really upset about, or something's happening, you know, any kind of stress like that, no sleep, you know, exhaustion, those are the triggers that I realize that will, you know, bring on an episode. So I try to get a lot of sleep if I can, and I just try to reduce all stress in my life. You know, that's, you know, when I think I would have a lot more episodes if I didn't concentrate on that, because that is the only thing that I really, well, the doctor did say something to me that one time about it may be from, a lot of sleep disorders are stress triggered, and to get enough sleep and try to reduce stress is the only thing he really told me. And so that's pretty much the all I know about it. I'm going to start looking up a little bit more. I really would like to know what causes it, or what's, if it's like like I was saying, something with your brain, or if it's just, I don't know, a congenital thing, or I don't know what. Well, that's just a weird situation that sometimes I have to deal with. And there's times I've been late to work. I've called my boss one time at other jobs, and I told him I told him I'm going to be late. And then when I got there, I explained to him, and he could tell my face was so drained. I told him, I just feel really exhausted. There's something wrong with me. I have this condition. It happens maybe 2 or 3 times a year, maybe. Sometimes maybe once a year. I really don't have too many episodes as long as I keep everything, like I say, stress-free and try to get sleep. I try to just take care of myself that way. And I think that does help. Well, that's all I know about it. I hope y'all having a safe time, and hopefully things will be getting better. And I hope people are not getting sick. I hope people are staying safe. Try to be safe. Wear your mask in public and wash your hands. And I hope people who have loved ones that are affected by it, I hope they do recover. I hope things get better. And I'll see y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.